The cat rolled over on the stop button. Um, Anyways, I love my kitties. I don't know if I have anything else to say, but I figured I should at least say, you know, hope everyone's doing well and continues to do great in their weight loss. Um, oh, I guess I should do my numbers. So I think the last time I weighed in, I was at or a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, before my stall. I think I was at 243, or maybe 240. I think it was 248, and then I went down to. I should go look at the numbers. But I think when I went down to, it must have been like 245, because I remember it was 7 pounds that I lost in that week and a half, 2 weeks. So I went down to 238 was at week three, and that is exactly 40 pounds down from my high. And since then, I've lost another 2 pounds, maybe three, but really, I think this is kind of noise. I think I'm in the beginning of a new stall or in the middle of a new stall, which is fine. I mean, if I'm losing 7 pounds a week, or 5 pounds a week, or 3 pounds a week, I can't really complain if for 5 or 6 of those days I'm not really losing a lot, and then there's a jump. My body will be what it will be. I love the surgery. Um, I get full fast if I eat anything kind of solid. This I'm still next Tuesday is week four, so I'm still 2 days out from week four. According to my doctor, I'm still supposed to be on full liquids, which is just clear liquids plus protein in his world, and then 2 weeks of soft food, 2 weeks of or no, 2 weeks of pureed, 2 weeks of soft, and then I think on week nine you get to start eating uh, normal foods. And I've already done the whole slowly adding in new foods, and then it was kind of odd because after I'd added in all the foods and made sure that I got up to lunch meat, like chunk O processed meat, little chunks, like something you'd throw on your salad, because they were big enough that I could chew them and feel like I was chewing something, but small enough and soft enough that I didn't feel like I was going to end up with any stuck problems. I think I already talked about my stucks. I think I've had 2 or 3 stucks, once on cottage cheese in week like two, and it was breakfast. My stomach was probably pretty small. I hadn't had anything else except maybe some water before that, and I only ate like 2 or 3 ounces, but my stomach wasn't ready for that, and that was uncomfortable. And I just kind of sat up straight for about half an hour, and eventually it passed. And I may have sipped some water, but when you're that full, I don't think there's really anything anywhere for the water to go or the liquids to go. So whereas normally taking a big gulp of water would wash it through the esophagus and into the stomach, it's already in the stomach. So yeah, that sucked. Um, what was the other time? Oh, I was at work. It was lunch. I'd already had a protein shake and some water, and it was lunch meat. And I went to this farewell where they're having cupcakes, really nice cupcakes. And I didn't really have a craving for the cupcakes, so that wasn't the problem. I was a little bit hungry, but not for cupcakes. With how little food I've been taking in, my body really looks at food for nutritional value, or I do. I'm like, I could only eat, maybe this much of that. So how satisfying or how nutritional will that be? And it's not like a so much a mental decision as it's just like internal. It's like uh, it needs to I want to feel satisfied with what I'm eating, and that satisfaction isn't about sweet or salty or fatty. It's like protein, or like I really like soups because I can eat a good cup of a soup, if it's got some broth. If it's a really thick, like a chili type thing, like maybe 2 ounces. But if it's brothy, and it's got some stewed veggies in there, I tend to have a small cup of soup at work because they've got like 8 different kinds of soup every day. So there tends to be something in there that fits the bill. I try to stay away from anything that's really fatty or creamy or anything like that, and just go for either clear soups, or sometimes I'll try they've got different kinds of chilies that they'll do. Sometimes I'll try those. And those feel pretty satisfying just because I can go through a cup over, I mean, I could go through half a cup in 15 minutes and the rest of the cup in, another 45. And I feel like I've eaten something and that I've got something in my stomach, or have had something in my stomach by the time the hour runs around. It's probably mostly gone, but um, I haven't really eaten any sugar. I haven't wanted to eat any sugar. Um, every once in a while, I'll do a Jamba Juice shake. They've got kind of the low-cal versions made with Splenda. And I've always liked that. Even at home, if I make a shake with Splenda, I like that a lot. It tastes sweet to me. It doesn't taste aspartame-y or fake sugary. There's no bitter aftertaste in the shake. I mean, if you have some things with Splenda in it, it'll. I notice like drinks, like a straight up, like I don't know what drinks have Splenda in them, but So yeah, and I'll throw some whey protein in that. They offer whey protein. It's 10 grams of protein. Not a whole ton of a ton of it, but it's kind of some redeeming value in that. A small of that it's like 150 calories for the smoothie, and then another 45 for the whey protein, which that's how we're supposed to be getting in our protein. So to 200 calories total, and that's nice. I can sip that and it feels like I'm getting something. But even that, it's nice, it's fluids, it's different, it's good, but it's not like oh my god, it's sweet, I must have sweet. So there's definitely a lot of changes in the kind of foods that I want now. And I don't know, maybe, I hope this stays more the same than it changes. I'm hoping that I continue to, like, when I went and saw my doctor, I was very honest. I was like, yeah, I eat this and this and this and this, and I'm careful. And he was like, well, I've got this patient that in week 7 had a contained leak that I had to go and fix, and I'm like, okay. Like, so I really recommend that you go back on liquids for blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, not okay, I'll do it, but okay, I've heard you, but regardless, I try to be honest and I try to be careful. What can you do? Anyone who can do it, I suggest you follow your doctor's orders. I'm self-pay, so I suspect that if I had a revision, that I would come out of my pocket. I try to be very careful, but eat really slow and try not to get full. So I'm running out of time again, which means I've been babbling for 15 minutes in 2 videos. What else did I want to cover? My weight this morning was 235, but we're gonna call it 236. I think I just was just a little dehydrated. Hopefully I'll do a video for week 4 now that I've got my audio sorted out again. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing where I am, and time's starting to speed up, which is good. Kind of speed up back to normal. I don't feel like I'm counting the days since my surgery quite as much. I'm about to hit 1 month out next Tuesday, which is awesome. And I can kind of feel that the weeks are going to start flashing by, and as long as I can keep my nose to the grindstone and follow the diet and not, suck in empty calories somehow, I'm really excited to see where my body is in 6 months. I'm really excited with where I am now even. I'm carrying around a lot less weight. People are noticing. And if they ask, did you have surgery? I say yes. And if they say, have you lost weight? I say yes. And I don't really go into it unless they seem to be more interested. Anyways, 10 minutes, so Have a great week. Hope everyone meets their goals and is healthy and all that good stuff.